Welcome back to the Deep Dive, powered by the C9 Podcast Show. I'm the host, and with me is our expert analyst.
Great to be here. Today we're doing a focused deep dive, really zeroing in on Australian business owners and C-level executives.
Yes, specifically those feeling the heat from competitors.
The pressure's definitely on.
Our mission today is pretty clear. We want to cut through all the noise around AI. We're looking specifically at how AI-powered mobile apps are changing operations and, crucially, boosting revenue right now.
And we're focusing particularly on the innovation hubs, Sydney and Brisbane. The analysis we've seen is stark, isn't it?
It really is. The core message seems to be AI integration isn't some future luxury anymore.
No, absolutely not. It's a strategic imperative for 2025. Your competitors, they're already automating customer service, they're personalizing experiences, predicting behavior.
While many businesses, maybe even yours listening, are still relying on older manual processes.
Exactly. And that gap is widening fast. It's costing potential millions in lost revenue. Waiting is becoming really expensive.
So you're saying AI isn't just nice to have, it's essential to compete.
That's what the data indicates. Australian companies are already investing significantly in AI-driven personalization, chatbots, predictive analytics.
Because the competitive pressure is just that intense.
It is. If you don't have AI capabilities, you're likely losing customers right now to businesses that are simply smarter and faster because of it.
Okay, let's talk geography then. The research points heavily towards Sydney first.
Yes, Sydney is a powerhouse. It hosts something like 42% of Australia's entire mobile development workforce. That's a huge concentration.
42%. Wow. What does that concentration mean in practice?
It means a massive pool of highly specialized talent, particularly in complex areas like fintech and enterprise-level applications.
Well, there's strong venture capital backing there too, right?
Absolutely. A whole ecosystem supporting innovation. For businesses in Sydney, it means incredible access to world-class expertise right on your doorstep.
But it's not just Sydney. Brisbane's making serious moves too.
Definitely. The sources highlight Brisbane as Australia's fastest-growing mobile development hub. It's got a really impressive trajectory.
What's driving Brisbane's growth?
Well, it seems to be a smart mix. Lower operational costs compared to Sydney, but still delivering really high-quality output.
And government support plays a role.
A significant role, yes. Strong backing for digital transformation initiatives from the Queensland government is really fueling things there.
So, for you listening, whether you're in Sydney or Brisbane or even elsewhere, the key takeaway is
that there's exceptional, locally aware mobile app development talent available in these major hubs. Developers who understand the Australian market, the regulations.
Okay, so the why is clear competitive survival, basically. Let's pivot to the what. What specific business problems are these AI apps actually solving? The analysis points to three main areas.
That's right. Three core areas where businesses are often bleeding efficiency or revenue.
Let's start with the first one, something everyone can relate to. Customer service bottlenecks.
Ah, yes. The classic pain point. Manual support just doesn't scale effectively, does it?
No. Costs spiral, response times lag, customers get frustrated.
And they leave. Customer churn driven by poor service.
So what's the AI solution here? We hear chatbots all the time, but what's different now?
We're talking about intelligent chatbots. These aren't just glorified FAQ pages. They use AI to understand context, learn from interactions.
And they handle a significant chunk of the workload.
Easily 70 to 80% of routine queries. And they do it 2047, instantly.
There was a specific example from Sydney.
Yes, a Sydney-based e-commerce retailer. They implemented intelligent chatbots and saw their support tickets drop by 68%.
68%.
That's huge. And the ROI?
They achieved positive ROI within just 6 months, mostly from reduced staffing costs and improved efficiency.
6 months. That's incredibly fast. Okay, problem number 2. Poor user retention.
Another big one, you spend all this money acquiring app users.
Only for them to drop off after a wait because the experience feels generic. Precisely. That generic, one-size-fits-all approach absolutely kills your customer lifetime value, your CLV.
Right, the CLV.
Yeah.
Talk about that for a second. Why is it so crucial?
Well, CLV is the total revenue you can expect from a single customer over their entire relationship with you. If users abandon your app quickly, you're essentially destroying that future potential revenue. It's a critical metric.
And AI tackles this with hyper-personalisation. What does that actually mean in practice? Is it just using my first name?
No, much deeper than that. We're talking about using machine learning to continuously optimize the user journey for each individual.
Yeah.
Techniques like reinforcement learning test and refine the app's flow, figuring out the best way to engage that specific user, what features to show them, when to offer help. It molds the experience dynamically.
So the app literally adapts itself.
In a sense, yes. It moves beyond static pathways to experiences that feel uniquely relevant.
And there was a Brisbane's example for this too.
Yes, a fitness app based in Brisbane. They use predictive analytics to spot users who were showing signs they might cancel their subscription.
High-risk behavior is the term, I think.
Exactly. The system then automatically triggered personalized retention offers at just the right moment.
And the result?
They reduced churn by 41%, a massive saving in terms of lost revenue and protecting their CLV.
41% reduction in churn is substantial. Okay, third core problem, missed revenue opportunities.
This is about being reactive versus proactive in sales.
Relying on guesswork or just waiting for customers to buy.
Pretty much. Without predictive power, you don't know who's likely to convert, who might churn soon, or what the optimal upsell product or timing is.
So sales efforts are inefficient.
Often, yes. Reactive. AI flips that. Uses predictive analytics, finding patterns humans just can't see, to identify those opportunities.
So it tells you who to target with what offer and when.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Targeted offers, intelligent upsells, optimized promotions, all timed precisely. The analysis showed this boosts average order value by 20 to 35%.
Right, so moving from reactive to proactive, data-driven sales.
Exactly. But AI's impact isn't just customer-facing, is it?
No, absolutely not. The internal operational gains are just as significant, sometimes more so. Let's talk about automation.
Process automation and workflow optimization. This is about AI tackling those repetitive, time-consuming internal tasks.
Like what, specifically?
Things like invoicing, routine data entry, compliance checks, the tasks that drain valuable staff hours.
Yeah, the savings are quantifiable.
Oh, definitely. Businesses report saving, on average, 15 to 25 hours per week just on these kinds of manual tasks.
15 to 25 hours per week freed up, plus error reduction.
Yes, human error rates can drop by up to 90%, and overall operations speed up significantly, maybe 40, 50%. That reclaimed time goes straight back into more strategic work.
Then there's smart document processing, making the mobile phone a real work tool.
This is fundamental for a mobile-first strategy. AI can now extract and verify data from all sorts of documents, receipts, contracts, invoices, IDs with incredibly high accuracy, like 95 to 99%.
So complex tasks can be done entirely on mobile.
That's the goal. Approving expenses, processing applications, handling compliance paperwork, all initiated and completed on a phone, cutting out huge amounts of manual back-office processing.
Okay, the ROI numbers are impressive. Customer service cost drops of 40, 60%. Conversion rate increases of 25, 45%. But let's inject some reality here. What's the big challenge in sustaining these gains long term?
That's a crucial point. The biggest ongoing challenge, the one executives really need to budget for, is managing what are called model drift.
Model drift, explain that.
AI models, especially the predictive ones, are trained on historical data. But the real world changes. Customer behavior shifts, market trends evolve. The model's accuracy degrades over time if it's not updated. That's model drift.
So the initial boost can fade.
It absolutely will fade if you don't manage it. That 40% gain you celebrated. It could evaporate in 6 months or a year without continuous monitoring, retraining, and maintenance of the AI models. It requires an ongoing strategic commitment, not just a one-off project.
A commitment. That makes sense. And related to that, what's the realistic timeline for seeing that significant sustainable ROI?
You'll often see quick wins, maybe basic chatbot savings or simple automation within the first, say, 1 to 3 months. That's encouraging.
But the deeper impact?
The really significant game-changing ROI, the kind driven by mature predictive models that account for drift and truly optimize revenue or operations. That typically takes longer to fully materialize and be documented. Think more like months 7 to 12.
So patience and commitment are key.
Absolutely. It's a journey, not a magic switch.
Which neatly brings us to avoiding expensive failures. Because not every AI project succeeds. The research was very clear on the single biggest mistake businesses make.
Yes, skipping the discovery phase at the start of an app project.
How bad is skipping discovery?
It's often catastrophic for the budget and timeline. You're practically guaranteeing budget overruns, often 2 or 3 times the initial estimate. Timelines blow out by 6 months or more.
And project failure.
The stats suggest around 30% of projects that skip proper discovery fail completely. They just get abandoned. Waste of time, waste of money.
Why is discovery so critical? What does it actually prevent?
It forces you to map out the real requirements, the decision points. Crucially, it uncovers hidden complexities before you start coding. Things like integrating with ancient legacy systems, dealing with messy data migration, navigating complex compliance.
Compliance like APRA regulations in finance, for example.
Exactly, things like APRA in finance or healthcare data privacy rules. Discovery flags these hurdles early. That small upfront investment, maybe 8 to 16 hours of focused work, saves enormous amounts of expensive rework down the line. It aligns the business goals with the tech reality from day one.
Okay, so skipping discovery is mistake number one.
Yeah.
What's the second major pitfall identified?
The danger of what the sources called AI cowboys or vibes coding.
Vibes coding sounds
Yeah.
worrying.
It is worrying. It refers to developers, often cheaper ones, who rely heavily on AI code generation tools like Copilot or ChatGPT, but without a deep understanding of why the code works or its implications. They're just copying and pasting based on a vibe.
What's the result of that?
Massive technical debt, almost immediately.
Technical debt. Can you explain that for our listeners?
Think of it like building a house with shoddy materials and poor foundations, because it's faster and cheaper up front. It might look okay initially.
But it's unstable.
Exactly. It's poorly structured, difficult and expensive to maintain or extend later, and often riddled with security flaws. This vibes coding leads to unmaintainable spaghetti code and critical security vulnerabilities. It guarantees huge problems and costs later.
And there was a real-world example of this.
Yes, a Brisbane retail business hired a cheap app builder. 6 months after launch, the app was constantly crashing. An independent security audit found 12 critical vulnerabilities exposing customer data.
Ouch. The cost to fix it.
They had to hire a competent development team to basically rebuild large parts of it. Cost.
Yeah.
Over $85,000, plus the reputational damage and lost sales while the app was broken.
So the lesson is, cheap can be very expensive in the long run.
Extremely expensive. You need a partner with genuine, deep technical expertise.
And crucially, one committed to knowledge transfer, right? Not just building a black box.
Absolutely. This is vital for long-term success and avoiding vendor lock-in. A quality partner doesn't just deliver code, they empower you, the client. Through thorough documentation, clear explanations, and providing things like architecture decision records or ADRs.
ADRs, what are they and why should a C-level exec care?
ADRs are simple documents that record why key technical decisions were made during development, why this database, why that framework, why this security approach.
So they provide context for the future.
Exactly. They are invaluable for future developers, for maintenance, for scaling the application years down the track. Providing ADRs and good documentation means you truly own your technology stack. You're not dependent on the original developers forever.
That makes sense. Eliminates dependency. Now let's quickly touch on the delivery model. The research mentioned the blended hybrid model.
Yes, the hybrid model is often very effective for Australian businesses.
Why is it superior to just going fully onshore or fully offshore?
It balances cost and quality control. You typically get cost savings of 30–50% compared to a purely Australian-based team.
By leveraging skilled offshore developers for execution.
Correct. But critically, you retain Australian-based architects, project managers, and leads. So you have local accountability, easy communication, people who understand the local market and regulations intimately, ensuring quality control.
So it's about getting the best of both worlds. Cost efficiency plus local oversight and quality assurance.
Precisely. Maximum value, minimum risk, with guaranteed Australian quality standards.
Okay, so wrapping things up, the path to success with AI mobile apps seems pretty clear. It demands that thorough upfront planning, that non-negotiable discovery phase,
Definitely.
and choosing a partner focused on genuine expertise, long-term quality, and that crucial knowledge transfer, rather than just the cheapest, quickest option.
Couldn't agree more. Cutting corners up front is a recipe for expensive problems later.
And you wanted to leave our listeners with one final practical thought related to commitment.
Yes, something to consider when structuring the engagement. We often see the most successful, efficient projects operate under a slightly longer initial commitment, say a 3 to 6 month structure.
And the benefit isn't just a potential cost saving.
There's usually a small cost saving, maybe 5–10% on rates for that commitment, but the real benefit, the strategic one, is guaranteed resource continuity.
Meaning the same team stays on the project.
Exactly. That continuity is gold.
Yeah.
It allows the team to build deep knowledge of your specific business context and code base incredibly quickly.
And avoids
It avoids the huge waste of time and money that comes with constantly changing developers, the ramp-up time, the knowledge transfer friction every time someone new joins. That initial commitment compounds efficiency gains significantly over those first critical months.
Interesting. So committing strategically upfront actually accelerates progress and reduces waste.
It really does. Something for executives to factor into their planning.
Sound advice. So if you're listening and you're ready to move beyond those outdated manual processes, if you want to start your own intelligent automation journey with AI-powered apps,
Then you should really be talking to the experts.
absolutely. Engage Australia's leading custom software, apps, integration, and database developer company, C9.
You can find out more and schedule that crucial discovery consultation on their website. That's www.c9.com.au.
That's www.c9.com.au.
Thanks so much for joining us on the deep dive today.
Pleasure was all mine.
Make sure you hit that follow button so you don't miss our next session. And please share this deep dive with other Australian business owners and C-level executives you think could benefit from this insight. We'll talk to you next time.